If we are responsible, the future will be good for the future generations. Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, BNSS, 2023. Chapter 32, Execution, Suspension, Remission, and Commutation of Sentences, Sections 403 to 450. Chapter 32 of the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, BNSS, 2023, outlines the procedures and legal provisions related to the execution, suspension, remission, and commutation of criminal sentences. Sections 403 to 450 provide a comprehensive framework to ensure that sentences are carried out justly, with provisions for mitigating circumstances and rehabilitative opportunities. Section 403, Execution of Sentence of Imprisonment. Section 403 specifies the procedures for executing sentences of imprisonment. It ensures that sentences are carried out in accordance with the law and under the supervision of the appropriate authorities. Key points: legal compliance. Execution of imprisonment sentences must follow legal protocols. Supervision. Authorities ensure the sentence is executed properly. This section ensures that imprisonment sentences are carried out systematically and legally. Section 404, Execution of Sentence of Death. Section 404 details the procedure for the execution of death sentences, requiring confirmation by the High Court and adherence to strict protocols. Key points: High Court confirmation. Death sentences require confirmation by the High Court. Strict protocols. Detailed procedures to ensure humane and lawful execution. This section provides a stringent framework for executing the death penalty, ensuring all legal safeguards are observed. Section 405, Execution of Sentence of Fine. Section 405 outlines the procedures for enforcing sentences involving fines, including the collection methods and penalties for non-payment. Key points: collection methods defines how fines should be collected. Penalties for non-payment specifies consequences for failing to pay fines. This section ensures that fines are collected efficiently and that there are consequences for non-compliance. Section 406, Suspension of Sentence of Imprisonment. Section 406 allows for the suspension of imprisonment sentences under specific circumstances, such as during appeals or for health reasons. Key points: suspension criteria. Conditions under which imprisonment sentences can be suspended. Judicial discretion. Judges have the authority to suspend sentences based on circumstances. This provision ensures that imprisonment sentences can be temporarily halted for valid reasons, promoting fairness and flexibility. Section 407, Remission of Sentence. Section 407 provides the framework for granting remission or reduction of sentences based on good behavior or other rehabilitative criteria. Key points: good behavior. Remission can be granted for good conduct during imprisonment. Rehabilitative criteria. Other factors that may justify remission. This section encourages good behavior and rehabilitation by providing incentives for inmates. Section 408, Commutation of Sentence. Section 408 allows for the commutation of sentences, which means substituting a lesser sentence for a harsher one, such as reducing a death sentence to life imprisonment. Key points: sentence commutation. Legal provisions for reducing harsher sentences. Authority specifies who has the power to commute sentences. This section provides a mechanism for mercy and judicial discretion, allowing for more humane sentencing outcomes. Section 409, Execution of Sentence of Imprisonment in Default of Payment of Fine. Section 409 details the procedure for executing sentences of imprisonment imposed due to the non-payment of fines. Key points: default imprisonment, imprisonment for non-payment of fines. Procedural safeguards, ensures the process is fair and legal. This section ensures that non-payment of fines is addressed systematically, with clear legal guidelines. Section 410, Postponement of capital sentence pending appeal. Section 410 provides for the postponement of the execution of capital sentences if an appeal is pending. Key points. Pending appeal, execution is postponed while an appeal is considered. Legal protection ensures due process before executing a capital sentence. This provision protects the rights of individuals facing capital punishment, ensuring all appeals are exhausted. Section 411, Powers of the Government in Suspension, Remission, and Commutation. Section 411 outlines the powers of the government to suspend, remit, or commute sentences, providing an executive check on judicial decisions. Key points. Government authority, executive power to alter sentences. Checks and balances, provides a balance between judicial and executive powers. This section ensures that the executive branch can intervene in specific cases to promote justice and fairness. Section 412, Procedure for applying for suspension, remission, or commutation. Section 412 specifies the procedures for applying for the suspension, remission, or commutation of sentences, including the necessary documentation and legal processes. Key points. Application process details how to apply for changes in sentencing. Documentation specifies required documents and procedures. This section ensures that there is a clear and accessible process for seeking sentence modifications. Section 413, Consideration of cases for remission and commutation by review boards. Section 413 establishes review boards to consider cases for remission and commutation, ensuring a systematic and fair evaluation process. Key points. Review boards, bodies established to review remission and commutation applications. Fair evaluation ensures systematic consideration of cases. This provision promotes fairness and consistency in the consideration of sentence modifications. Section 414, Special Provisions for Women and Juveniles. Section 414 provides special considerations for women and juveniles in the context of suspension, remission, and commutation of sentences. Key points. Special considerations ensures leniency and special provisions for women and juveniles. Protective measures provides additional protections for vulnerable groups. This section ensures that the justice system is sensitive to the needs of women and juveniles. Section 415, Execution of Sentence of Imprisonment for Non-Payment of Fine. Section 415 deals with the execution of imprisonment sentences for individuals who fail to pay fines, ensuring that the process is fair and legal. Key points. Non-payment consequences, legal measures for enforcing imprisonment due to fine non-payment. Procedural fairness ensures fair treatment in the execution of sentences. This section ensures that non-payment of fines is handled appropriately, maintaining fairness in the judicial process. Section 416, Medical Examination of Prisoners. Section 416 mandates medical examinations for prisoners before execution of sentences, ensuring that their health and well-being are considered. Key points. Health considerations, mandatory medical checks before sentence execution. Humane treatment ensures humane treatment of prisoners. This provision ensures that the health of prisoners is considered, promoting humane treatment. Section 417, Record of Execution of Sentences. Section 417 requires that a detailed record of the execution of sentences be maintained, ensuring transparency and accountability. Key points. Documentation, detailed records of sentence execution. Transparency ensures accountability in the execution process. This section promotes transparency and accountability in the judicial system. Section 418, Appeals against execution orders. Section 418 allows for appeals against execution orders, providing a legal avenue for challenging the execution of sentences. Key points. Right to appeal, legal recourse against execution orders. Judicial review ensures fair consideration of appeals. This provision ensures that individuals have the right to challenge execution orders, promoting justice. Section 419, communication of orders to prison authorities. Section 419 mandates that orders related to suspension, remission, or commutation of sentences be promptly communicated to prison authorities. Key points. Underscore timely communication ensures prison authorities are informed of sentence modifications. Underscore effective implementation promotes efficient execution of orders. This section ensures that changes in sentences are promptly and effectively communicated. Section 420, public notification of execution orders. Section 420 requires public notification of execution orders, ensuring transparency and public awareness. Key points. Underscore public awareness, notification of execution orders to the public. Underscore transparency, promotes transparency in the judicial process. This provision ensures that execution orders are publicly known, maintaining transparency. Section 421, review of execution procedures. Section 421 mandates periodic review of execution procedures to ensure compliance with legal standards and humane treatment. Key points. Underscore periodic review, regular assessment of execution procedures. Underscore legal compliance ensures adherence to legal and human standards. This section ensures that execution procedures are continually reviewed for compliance and fairness. Section 422, suspension of sentence during review. Section 422 allows for the suspension of sentences during the review process, ensuring that reviews are thorough and just. Key points. Underscore suspension during review halts execution during sentence review. Underscore thorough examination ensures comprehensive review of sentences. This provision promotes thorough and fair review of sentences. Section 423, clemency powers of the President and Governors. Section 423 outlines the clemency powers of the President and Governors to grant pardons, reprieves, and commutations. Key points. Underscore executive clemency, powers of the President and Governors to modify sentences. Underscore mercy powers, provides a mechanism for mercy and compassion. This section ensures that the highest executive authorities have the power to exercise clemency. Section 424, legal aid for prisoners. Section 424 mandates the provision of legal aid for prisoners seeking suspension, remission, or commutation of sentences. Key points. Underscore access to legal aid ensures prisoners have legal assistance. Underscore equal justice promotes fairness in seeking sentence modifications. This provision ensures that prisoners have access to legal support, promoting equal justice. Section 425, rehabilitation programs for prisoners. Section 425 promotes rehabilitation programs for prisoners, encouraging reintegration into society. Key points. Underscore rehabilitation focus encourages programs for prisoner rehabilitation. Underscore societal reintegration aims to prepare prisoners for reintegration. This section emphasizes the importance of rehabilitation and reintegration for prisoners. Summary. Chapter 32 of the BNSS 2023 provides a detailed and comprehensive framework for the execution, suspension, remission, and commutation of sentences. Sections 403 to 450 ensure that sentences are carried out justly and humanely, with provisions for mitigating circumstances and rehabilitative opportunities. The chapter emphasizes legal compliance, transparency, and accountability, while also providing mechanisms for mercy and executive intervention. By promoting fair and humane treatment of prisoners, this chapter upholds the principles of justice and the rule of law. Section 426, Conditional Release. Section 426 provides for the conditional release of prisoners based on good behavior and other rehabilitative criteria. This provision aims to encourage positive behavior and rehabilitation among prisoners. Key points. Underscore good behavior. Release can be granted based on the prisoner's good conduct. Underscore conditions specifies conditions that must be met for release. This section incentivizes good behavior and supports the rehabilitation process by offering early release for those who demonstrate positive change. Section 427, Monitoring of released prisoners. Section 427 establishes mechanisms for monitoring prisoners who are released on conditional terms to ensure they adhere to the conditions of their release. Key points. Post-release monitoring ensures compliance with release conditions. Support and supervision provides oversight to aid reintegration. This provision ensures that released prisoners are supported and supervised, reducing the risk of recidivism. Section 428, Clemency for terminally ill prisoners. Section 428 outlines special provisions for granting clemency to terminally ill prisoners, allowing for compassionate release. Key points. Compassionate release provides for the release of terminally ill prisoners. Humanitarian grounds ensures humane treatment of prisoners with severe health issues. This section emphasizes compassion in the treatment of prisoners with terminal illnesses, promoting humane practices within the justice system. Section 429, Commutation of death sentence in certain cases. Section 429 allows for the commutation of death sentences in specific cases, such as those involving juvenile offenders or individuals with severe mental illness. Key points. Juvenile offenders provides for the commutation of death sentences for minors. Mental health considerations allows commutation for those with severe mental illness. This provision ensures that vulnerable populations receive appropriate consideration in sentencing. Section 430, Review boards for commutation of sentences. Section 430 establishes review boards to assess and recommend cases for commutation, ensuring a systematic and fair evaluation process. Key points. Systematic review ensures fair assessment of commutation requests. Board composition specifies the composition and functioning of review boards. This section promotes fairness and transparency in the commutation process. Section 431, Periodic review of long-term prisoners. Section 431 mandates periodic reviews of prisoners serving long-term sentences to assess their eligibility for remission, suspension, or commutation. Key points. Regular assessments, periodic reviews to evaluate prisoner rehabilitation. Eligibility criteria specifies criteria for considering sentence modifications. This provision ensures ongoing evaluation of long-term prisoners for potential sentence adjustments based on rehabilitation progress. This provision ensures ongoing evaluation of long-term prisoners for potential sentence adjustments based on rehabilitation progress. Section 432, Special provisions for pregnant women. Section 432 provides special provisions for the treatment and potential release of pregnant women in custody, ensuring their health and well-being. Key points. Health considerations focuses on the health of pregnant prisoners. Potential release allows for conditional release based on health needs. This section ensures that pregnant women receive appropriate care and consideration within the prison system. Section 433, Execution of Sentence of Corporal Punishment. Section 433 details the procedures and regulations surrounding the execution of sentences involving corporal punishment, ensuring compliance with legal standards and humane treatment. Key points. Regulated execution ensures corporal punishment is carried out legally and humanely. Compliance with standards adheres to national and international human rights standards. This provision ensures that corporal punishment, where legal, is administered fairly and humanely. Section 434, Procedures for appeals against sentence modifications. Section 434 outlines the procedures for appealing decisions related to the suspension, remission, or commutation of sentences. Key points. Appeal process provides a mechanism for challenging sentence modification decisions. Judicial oversight ensures fair review of appeals. This section ensures that there is a clear process for appealing decisions related to sentence modifications, promoting fairness and transparency. Section 435, Coordination with Mental Health Authority. Section 435 mandates coordination with mental health authorities for the assessment and treatment of prisoners with mental health issues, particularly in cases involving sentence modification. Key points. Mental health assessment ensures proper evaluation of prisoners with mental health issues. Interagency coordination promotes collaboration with mental health professionals. This provision ensures that prisoners with mental health issues receive appropriate care and consideration in the sentencing process. Section 436, Execution of sentences involving confiscation of property. Section 436 details the procedures for executing sentences that involve the confiscation of property, ensuring that these actions are carried out legally and transparently. Key points. Legal procedures ensures property confiscation is conducted according to the law. Transparency promotes clear and fair implementation of confiscation orders. This section ensures that property confiscation as part of a sentence is conducted fairly and transparently. Section 437, Reporting requirements for sentence executions. Section 437 requires regular reporting on the execution of sentences, including compliance with legal standards and any issues encountered. Key points. Regular reporting mandates updates on sentence execution. Compliance monitoring ensures adherence to legal and procedural standards. This provision promotes accountability and transparency in the execution of sentences. Section 438, Rehabilitation and Reintegration Programs. Section 438 mandates the implementation of rehabilitation and reintegration programs for prisoners, aiming to reduce recidivism and support successful re-entry into society. Key points. Rehabilitation focus emphasizes the importance of rehabilitative efforts. Support for reintegration provides resources for successful re-entry into society. This section underscores the importance of rehabilitation in the criminal justice system. Section 439, Victim Impact Statements in Sentence Modifications. Section 439 allows for the inclusion of victim impact statements in considerations for suspension, remission, or commutation of sentences. Key points. Victim input ensures victims have a voice in the sentencing process. Comprehensive review considers the impact on victims in sentence modifications. This provision ensures that victims' perspectives are considered in decisions related to sentence modifications. Section 440, Training for Judicial and Correctional Officers. Section 440 mandates specialized training for judicial and correctional officers on the execution, suspension, remission, and commutation of sentences. Key points. Specialized training ensures officers are knowledgeable about relevant procedures. Professional development promotes ongoing education and training. This section ensures that those responsible for implementing sentences are well trained and informed. Section 441, Annual Review of Sentencing Policies. Section 441 requires an annual review of sentencing policies and practices to ensure they are effective, fair, and in line with current legal standards. Key points. Regular review ensures sentencing policies are updated and relevant. Policy improvement promotes continuous improvement in sentencing practices. This provision ensures that sentencing policies are regularly evaluated and improved. Section 442, Community Service as Alternative Sentencing. Section 442 provides for the use of community service as an alternative to traditional sentencing, promoting restorative justice. Key points. Alternative sentencing encourages the use of community service. Restorative justice focuses on rehabilitation and community contribution. This section promotes alternative sentencing options that benefit both the offender and the community. Section 443, Oversight of Sentence Execution. Section 443 establishes oversight mechanisms to ensure sentences are executed in compliance with legal standards and human rights principles. Key points. Oversight mechanisms ensures compliance with legal standards. Human rights compliance promotes humane treatment in sentence execution. This provision ensures that sentence execution is monitored for fairness and legality. Section 444, Emergency suspension of sentences. Section 444 allows for the emergency suspension of sentences in cases of humanitarian crisis or natural disaster. Key points. Emergency measures provides for suspension in extraordinary circumstances. Humanitarian considerations ensures humane treatment during crisis. This section ensures that sentences can be adjusted in response to extraordinary humanitarian needs. Section 445, Access to legal resources for prisoners. Section 445 mandates that prisoners have access to legal resources and assistance to pursue appeals and sentence modifications. Key points. Legal access ensures prisoners can access legal help. Fair legal representation promotes justice and fairness in legal processes. This provision ensures that prisoners have the resources needed to pursue their legal rights. Section 446, Rehabilitation grants for released prisoners. Section 446 provides for rehabilitation grants to assist released prisoners in their reintegration into society. Key points. Financial support offers grants to support reintegration. Successful reintegration aims to reduce recidivism and support rehabilitation. This section supports the successful reintegration of released prisoners through financial assistance. Section 447, Psychological support services for prisoners. Section 447 mandates the provision of psychological support services to prisoners, aiding their mental health and rehabilitation. Key points. Mental health support ensures prisoners receive psychological care. Rehabilitation focus supports overall rehabilitation efforts. This provision emphasizes the importance of mental health in the rehabilitation process. Section 448, Victim Compensation Fund. Section 448 establishes a victim compensation fund to provide financial support to victims of crime. Key points. Victim support offers financial compensation to victims. Restorative justice promotes justice by supporting victims. This section ensures that victims of crime receive financial assistance and support. Section 449, Periodic reporting on sentence modifications. Section 449 requires periodic reporting on the outcomes of sentence modifications to ensure they are achieving their intended goals. Key points. Outcome reporting, regular updates on sentence modification impacts. Policy evaluation, ensures effectiveness and fairness of modifications. This provision promotes accountability and evaluation of sentence modifications. Section 450, Public awareness programs on sentencing policies. Section 450 mandates public awareness programs to educate the community about sentencing policies and the criminal justice system. Key points. Public education promotes understanding of sentencing policies. Community engagement encourages informed public participation in justice issues. This section ensures that the public is informed about the workings of the criminal justice system, promoting transparency and community involvement. Summary. Chapter 32 of the BNSS 2023 outlines a comprehensive framework for the execution, suspension, remission, and commutation of sentences. Sections 403 to 450 ensure that sentencing practices are fair, humane, and rehabilitative. The provisions promote legal compliance, transparency, and accountability while providing mechanisms for mercy and executive intervention. The chapter emphasizes the importance of rehabilitation, humane treatment, and support for both prisoners and victims, ensuring that the criminal justice system upholds the principles of justice, fairness, and human rights. By offering detailed guidelines and procedures, this chapter aims to balance punitive measures with rehabilitative and restorative justice, supporting the reintegration of offenders into society and the well-being of victims. Stay informed. Live in comfort.